Greetings, this is Chris from Tantalizing Tech, and today we're going to run the PCMark 10 benchmark scores for the Dell XPS 9730 laptop. As you can see on the screen, we have the PCMark 10 ready to go, loaded up, and basically this is benchmarking for Office products, Microsoft Office products. So I'm going to click run, and then we'll see what happens. As you can see, the program is the benchmark is running. It's telling you not to use other programs because it could affect the score, and that makes sense. So we're just going to let it collect this system information that we have here. Okay, so it's saying now running system info, which was stated before on the top screen there. And just to let you know, I have Microsoft Office 365 installed. It says now running video conferencing. Not bad, I guess. As you can see, a mock video conference has appeared on the screen. So you see people video conferencing and talking with each other. So that's interesting. Once again, the video conferencing comes back up, and you can see that the people are talking with each other. And now we have multi-group video conferencing going on. So we have, looks like maybe 3 participants. So that's another test that they're running. And in this particular test, we have those 3 participants again. So I think it's continuing that particular test. Now we're running a web browsing test. So let's see how the PC performs. We're going to a mock website called T-Store, browsing around different products. Seems like we're zooming in to different aspects of the photos for this T-Store. Looks like we have a chat bot or Also getting messages via the web. Looks like we're going to another website called Dragon Clay. And of course, zooming into different pictures and looking at videos on this particular website and seeing how that performs. Once again, looking at the Dragon Clay website and seeing videos and how they render on this particular PC. Now we're looking at what appears to be an apartment site, apartment website. So looking at different geographical locations and zooming in on those locations and zooming back out. This seems to be a website with some type of nature scenes, and you can see that the frame drops in the lower right hand corner. I'm not seeing any frames dropping, so that's a very good thing. Now we see a video of fish. So not seeing any frames drop on this either. Once again, another nature scene. Once again, I'm not seeing any frames drop also. Once again, we're back to the website where, we're looking at messages and other things, typing out different comments or updates. And again, we're back to the Dragon Clay website where we're zooming in and looking at videos. And again, another Dragon Clay video where we're looking at videos. This one is back to the website for apartments, and we're zooming in various places. It looks like it might be London, and zooming in and zooming out to various places. Now it says we're running an app startup test, so we'll see what they do in this particular test. Seems like we're loading LibreOffice, PCMark. Loading up LibreOffice, and it looks like they were going to type up a mock document. A GEP startup. And it seems like it's loading up various apps in the background there. It says 10 apps. Once again, LibreOffice. I see Mozilla Firefox in the background also. And Chromium browser. Once again, GIMP 2.8. Mozilla Firefox in the background also. Chromium again. And that's our LibreOffice once again. Going back to GIMP 2.8 in the background. Mozilla Firefox. Chromium. GIMP 2.8. LibreOffice again. GIMP 2.8 again. LibreOffice 5. Now we're performing a test for writing. So seems like we're going back to LibreOffice again. And now we're simulating writing documents. Now we're doing emulation tests for spreadsheets. So we have LibreOffice again, similar to like Excel, but of course to do spreadsheets. Again, with more spreadsheet calculations in terms of LibreOffice, which I mentioned is similar to like Excel. And still other calculations with like LibreOffice and spreadsheets, and I think this one has like 100,000 rows in it. So it's performing some tests with this. Now we're doing some tests with photo editing, brightness tests, contrast, saturation, adjusting the radius, sigma value, amount, and threshold. Adjusting the Gaussian blur, radius, the sigma. So performing these various tests for photo editing. This test is adjusting the local contrast with the radius and the strength. And the next test that I'll perform is video editing. Now we're performing tests involving rendering and visualization. In the background, we're performing even more tests. And I think we have our results here calculating. Okay. And in terms of this particular test, we see here the PCMark 10. For essentials, we have 9,196 for the score. For app startup score, we have 10,349. For video conferencing score, we have 7,563. And for web browsing, we have 9,936. For productivity, we have 9,390. For spreadsheet score, we have 12,138. For writing score, we have 7,265. For digital content creation, we have 10,293. For photo editing score, we have 10,941. For rendering and visualization score, we have 15,635. And for video editing score, we have 6,376. So it seems like a PCMark 10, we have an overall score of 6,893. In terms of other data that they have here, we have video conferencing, spreadsheets, photo editing, and video editing. And you can see the type and output that they used. Here we have different type of graphics cards. My main GPU is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 laptop GPU, but of course, being the Dell XPS 9730, it also comes with the Intel Iris Xe graphics card. And in terms of system information, you can see here for CPU, I'm running a 13th generation Intel Core i9 13900H. GPU, I'm running an Intel Iris Xe graphics, which is built in. And for my main GPU, I have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 laptop GPU. And you can see the GUI and the system info and the time. And let's go online and see our results online. For PCMark 10, our score, of course, our aggregate score is 6,893 with generic VGA 1X and Intel Core i9 13900H processor. It says here that the graphics card is not recognized. I'm not sure why that's the case, because in the previous screen you saw that we were running the NVIDIA GeForce video card. So I'll have to see if this is something that needs to be updated, and if so, I'll update subsequent video. But once again, here we have the web score of 9,936, photo score of 10,941, the rendering and visualization score of 15,635, app score of 10,349, the video score of 6,376, spreadsheet score of 12,138, productivity score of 9,390, the chat score of 7,563, the writing score of 7,265, the essential score of 9,196, and the digital creation, content creation of 10,293. You do have an option to share this result with the web. Sorry about that scrolling right there. But if you want to see other details, this is where this PC, which is the Dell XPS 17-inch 9730 laptop. So this particular laptop comes in at 6,893, which is better than 85% of all the results. We also have other benchmarks. Premium gaming PC in 2020 was 7,163. A high-end gaming PC 2020 was 7,134. In addition, we also have underneath this PC score, gaming PC in 2020 was 6,739. An office laptop 2020 was 4,611. And the gaming laptop in 2020 was 4,515. So you can see the various scores there, and once again, this score is 6,893 there. Gives a desktop name. It also gives a description and the username. The video conferencing, once again, the built-in card is the Intel Iris Xe graphics card, and in terms of the main GPU, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 laptop. So I think it could show the different devices that they use for the various rendering. So video conferencing, you use the Intel Iris Xe, spreadsheets, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080, photo editing, Intel Iris Xe, and video editing, Intel Iris Xe. Of course, once again, it's given the Dell and the computer manufacturer and the number of cards. The memory for my GPU is 12 gigabytes. The frequency you can see there, average clock frequency, the memory clock frequency, and the average memory clock frequency. Also, it gives it did not provide an average temperature, so that's, I guess, not applicable for this test. For the processor, once again, I mentioned we have an Intel Core i9 13900H processor. The frequency is 5,387 megahertz. There was no average clock frequency, no average temperature given. Physical logical processors is 1/20. I'm sorry, 1/20. Number of cores is 14 cores for this processor. And you can also see other components like the package, the manufacturing process, and the TDP. In terms of general information, I'm running Windows 11 64-bit, and you can see the actual version here, 10.0.22.6.21. The motherboard is made by Dell, and of course I'm running about 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is 2 sticks of 32 gigabytes for Micron, running at 4,788 megahertz for both of the memory modules. In terms of hard drive, I have a 1 terabyte NVMe PC 801 NVMe SK Hynix 1 terabyte drive. And in the future video, I'll also show you how to upgrade this to an 8 terabyte drive as your main or maybe supplemental drive. So in terms of that, that's the information. I just want to scroll up and show you once again the main score that we came up with for this test. The PCMark for this particular Dell XPS 9730 17-inch laptop came in at 6,893. In terms of where that ranks, you can see the other scores here. And I want to thank you for watching Tantalizing Tech. I have been Chris. Thank you again. Bye-bye.